I hit it twice. Beautiful, beautiful women. I'm so glad that you guys showed up here today. I'm really excited to share this because a lot of the work that I do is strategy, business strategy, right? But the mindset of being an entrepreneur is so very important for us to master. And sales is always something that everybody struggles with. And even myself, it took me a long time to kind of wrap my head around being able to have that sales conversation. So some of you know me, some of you are just getting to know me. I'm Shannon Kelly, Rebel Entrepreneur, exit strategist for coaches, creatives, and spiritual entrepreneurs who are ready to take up more space in the world and have a bigger impact. One of the reasons that I became Rebel Entrepreneur is because I really saw that there was a gap. I was an empowerment entrepreneur for a long time. I was a transformational coach for a long time. I actually started out as a serial entrepreneur with a vision of having a platform for women to share stories. And so I created a magazine and I had a clothing line and I did lots of crafty things, and I did all kinds of, I did music festivals and events and stuff like that. And I also am a Reiki master and an Akashic Records advanced practitioner. And so how I started out as this transformational coach, I really just couldn't find a way to make the consistent income. I was always, trading my time for dollars, doing sessions. And you only have so much capacity in a day to do that. So I had to find some different ways and be creative. And I did. And I hired a bunch of business coaches. And anyways, 7 years later, I call myself the Rebel Entrepreneur, and I work with women because I want to bridge that gap. I want women to succeed. I want women to make a shit ton of money doing what they love to do and having huge impact in the world. It's super important to me. So here we are in this space, and I'm really excited that you guys have joined me here. So developing a strong sales mindset is crucial to your success in developing an entrepreneurship in this online space. And but it doesn't mean what you think that it might. And this is where there's kind of a disconnect that I want to clear up today. So there's kind of two sides to it. So I'm going to talk about both sides. But first of all, I would love to know, how do you guys feel about sales? Does it make you feel icky? Does it make you feel sleazy? Right? You can just throw that in the comments. How do you feel about selling? And drop a 1 in the comments if you like selling, and drop a 2 if you don't. And there's no judgment here because I've been on this journey for a long time. Feels like I'm in it for the money. Nobody likes sales. Nobody likes sales. Nobody likes sales. Nobody does like sales, you guys. We got to just be honest with it, right? It's one of the biggest hurdles that entrepreneurs face. So sales actually has nothing to do with you, in the fact that what you're offering to your clients provides transformation and value to them, right? So it has everything to do with your client. So whether you're selling products or you're selling services or you're selling time, making sales is all about the benefits that you're providing for your ideal client, whoever that client is. And from there, it's really just about, how you're presenting your message and how you're putting yourself out in the world and becoming visible so that your clients can find you. And of course, that sounds simple, because if you think about, the entrepreneur venture that you're on, in your heart that you can provide value for these people, that you can change their lives just as your life was changed by diving into whatever it is that you're doing, right? So why is sales so hard? And how do we make selling fun? Because being an entrepreneur especially a feminine entrepreneur, a woman entrepreneur, it's supposed to be fun. And I remember my mentor telling me this years and years ago. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in my office for 80 hours a day pulling my hair out. And I thought, oh my God, this is not fun. But it is supposed to be fun. And so how do we make it fun? So we need to make selling fun, and we need to make it simple. And we need to do it every single day. Just like, generating leads or community building, it needs to be a part of our business routine. It needs to be a part of the non-negotiable plan that you have to grow your business. And we need to show up every damn day for the sale. So we've learned lots of preconceived beliefs about selling that come from our human experience here. So, and I've talked about this, those of you who have been in my space for a long time, I talk that, we're all a compilation of all of the experiences we've had up until now. And so this includes how we feel about selling and how we feel about sales, right? So some of the things that we think selling is sleazy. Selling is hard. People who sell have no conscience. And these, of course, these beliefs are all tied directly into our money stories. Rich people are assholes. Money is hard to make. There's never enough money to go around. And these are all just stories that we've acquired through our human experience here, so far. So if you need to work on your money story, you can drop me a money in the comments and I'll share my free training with you. I think some of you ladies have already done it. It's called Rewrite Your Money Story. And it's an amazing training that I did a couple of years ago. And it will definitely help you dissect some of those money stories and get you on the right path for that. So if anybody wants that, I'd be happy to share. And I actually think it's in the guides section of the private group as well. So, and there's tons of good stuff there. If for those of you who haven't checked it out yet, there's tons of trainings in there that are super valuable. So selling is usually the one thing in our business that we either try to avoid or we play small and we dumb ourselves down because we think it's hard and because we think it goes against our morals and values. Or we have fear that others will think we're sleazy. And we definitely don't want that because we're here sharing love and in service to others and to have an impact. So we don't want to show up to do the work at the level required to find the desired outcome of success that we want for these reasons. So I actually did another training on how to attract your ride or die clients. And I think that one's in the guide section as well. So if anybody wants to check that out. Excuse me. So the way you show up for your business is actually defined by two things. And just bear with me because it all ties together at the end. But in our mind, and we do this subconsciously, we're like hitting the bare minimum required to make our business succeed. And this is like a hurdle that a lot of entrepreneurs face because it's like we're making money, but we just can't seem to get to that next level, right? So we're stuck at like 2K a month or 3K a month or 5K a month. And we seem to be just stuck in that pattern and we can't seem to break free and level up in that space. And so that could be, whatever that number is for you, that could be like the survival number. Okay. So subconsciously, we need to have this amount of money in order to survive. And we need to have that from our business. So we do that amount of work always to make sure that we have that amount of money. Whether we do it consciously or subconsciously, it's like we stay in that survival mode, whatever that survival mode is for you. Maybe it's, food on the table, pay the mortgage, kids in soccer, whatever it is, we can tend to always keep ourselves in that amount of money. So It's like, this is the non-negotiable amount that we have to make in order to survive. And we tend to show up and do the work to make that amount of money. And then we wonder why we can't break through to that next level. So the other thing is that we show up for what we feel we can handle. So this is kind of a part of that as well, right? So what you believe subconsciously or energetically is available to you, what you believe you are worth, and the capacity for your comfort zone, right? And so these things are like our biggest hurdle. And in order to break free to that next level, we really have to wrap our minds around that mindset of selling. But we tend to avoid it because we don't like it, because it's hard. But the money will show up when you know and trust based on your non-negotiable amount of what you believe you have the capacity for. So I've talked lots about creating that vision. This is always the first step. When you become an entrepreneur, you have to create the vision. So what is the vision that you have for yourself, right? And how much money do you want to make? How many hours do you want to work? How many clients do you want to serve? All of these things create that vision. And you have to get very, very clear on what that vision is, because we always want to build our business around our life and not our life around our business, right? Because the reason we leave our 9 to 5 is because we want more time and freedom. And the universe wants to back us. The universe wants to help us get there. But we have to be very clear, and we can't be wishy-washy about it, right? So creating that vision is always the biggest, first important step of what do you want your business to look like for you, so that you know that you have the time and the freedom for whatever it is that you desire to have in your life. Over the last 7 years that I've been doing this, I see a lot of entrepreneurs that will never see success. And this is just truth bomb right here, is that because they can't wrap their heads around showing up consistently and doing the work to get to that vision that they hold for themselves. They play small, because you have to show up fully. You have to show up as a full-on version of yourself. They stay small for whatever reason. They stay comfortable, and they continue to make excuses or self-sabotage themselves instead of tapping into their own motivation and their ability to show up. Okay? It's like tapping into your own motivation, whatever that motivation is. So you're tapping into that vision that you have for yourself and for your business, not motivated by the money. And so this sometimes is where we get stuck in that mindset. It's like a mind fuck, you guys. You get stuck because you feel sleazy because you think it's about the money, but it's not about the money. It's about the outcome of having the money. So tapping into that vision that you have for yourself and your business, not motivated by the money, but motivated by the outcome of what having that money can bring for you. The vision, right? So if you're motivated by survival, you're subconsciously only doing the work that you need to do to have the survival amount, that non-negotiable amount, whatever it is. And I'm not saying it might be $100,000 for you, right? For me, it was like $2,000. I couldn't break past that $2,000 mark for years. That's the non-negotiable amount. So you have to, it's not about the money. It's about what can the money bring to you? And it's about creating that vision and tapping into that vision every single day. So as a coach and a mentor, I can show you how to do all the things, right? I can show you how to set up your newsletters, how to have your websites, how to do beautiful landing pages. And you don't actually need to have any of that stuff, by the way. But I can show you how to do all of the things. I can show you, but you have to do the work. You have to show up, and you have to do it stepping into your vision, whatever that vision is that you have for yourself. And you have to embody that energy of the vision, and you have to do it unapologetically. You want to show up body, mind, and spirit for that next level of yourself. And that's what's going to help you move up into that next level of money or whatever it is. Taking up more space, right? And when you do this, it will resonate with your clients or your potential clients. People will show up to connect with that energy of your truth, your emotion, and your authentic expression. Okay, because we're all unique, and there's more than enough abundance for everybody, but you have to show up fully. And you have to be opinionated about it. And you have to be unapologetic about it, because we don't apologize for who we are. Okay. So it's about making that choice to be the outcome, to be that vision that you have for yourself. It's about getting out of our own way and then getting excited about it and showing people your magic. And then it becomes fun. Make it fun. And then it seems easier, right? Because we spend so much time out there trying to, especially startup entrepreneurs, and we do this. We're learning this, and we're collecting this, and we're downloading that free PDF, and you're coming to all of my free trainings and all of the things. But we want to make it causes overwhelm and anxiety, and it makes it it makes it so that it takes longer to get to our desired outcome, because we're trying to put all of the pieces together, right? Tapping into the vision that you have for yourself in your business every single day will help you to move forward very quickly. And it'll help you to move forward in a very true and authentic way, because you're tapping into you. So the mindset of sales is it's about understanding that you are here to have an impact in the world. You are here to share your gifts. You are here to create a path for others to follow. So you're just taking the lead and saying, hey, this is what I'm doing now, and I want to help these people that are 2 steps behind me. And I want to share with them so that they can come up as well. So we're changing the world one person at a time, guys. This is how I always look at it. We're changing the world one person at a time. And we're just sharing our gifts. We're sharing what we've learned in this human experience so that we can help others in their human experience as well. So tapping into that unique creativity and the way that you present yourself and showing up in the world, it's super important. So then it comes back to, how we view the tasks that we need to do. And I talk about this in some of my other trainings, is like, what are the non-negotiable things that you need to do every single day to build a 6-figure business? And selling is one of them. And so we need to wrap our heads around the idea that it's not sleazy. We're just here sharing our gifts. And there's an exchange of energy that happens. I talked with a beautiful lady yesterday. She was really struggling with this selling piece. And she's a First Nations lady, and she was selling some plants that are medicines in traditional knowledge. And there was people in her community that were, not wanting her to do this. And they were saying, you can't do this. You can't do this. And I said to her, it's because we have a money story around that. We need to understand that there is just an exchange of energy that's happening. If I go and see an Indigenous elder for advice or medicine or whatever it is, I take a gift. I take tobacco, or I take, whatever it is. You always take a gift. So what's the difference if the gift is monetary? It's just the exchange of energy. Money is only energy. Money is abundance, and abundance comes in many, many forms. So it's just an exchange that happens. We've been taught that money is evil or that money is bad or whatever it is, right? We all have money stories. But the reality is money is just the exchange of energy. So I'm giving you something and you're giving me something. Okay. I'm sharing my gifts with you and you're giving me something in return. And so we have to wrap our heads around that idea as well, because it helps us to create this space where selling is not sleazy. And you have to sell in order to feel supported. And so you really want to feel supported in the work that you do, because when you feel supported in the work that you do, you show up more fully for your clients. You're not feeling like you're in survival mode or that you're disconnected or that, anyway, I lost that, but you're feeling fully supported in the work that you do. So you're showing up more fully for your clients. So that's why there has to be that exchange. We need to feel supported in the work that we do so that we can show up for the people who desire to learn from us. And that's really what we're doing. So selling is something that has to be a part of your non-negotiable plan to build your business. It has to be something that happens every day. And we really want it to be fun, right? So we're viewing these tasks and we're looking at selling as something that's hard to do. But instead of thinking about it like that, think about it as it's something that you get to do versus something that you have to do. Because it's a gift to be here as an entrepreneur in this online world today, because 50 years ago, we didn't have these opportunities. It's a gift to be here a lot, in this online space. We get to share our gifts in an easy way. We can share with people around the world. It's a gift to be here right now on this journey. And if your intention always comes from that place of love and service, and your intention is to create transformation in the lives of others to help them become better humans, there's nothing sleazy about that. So I always tell my clients, in the short term, as we take the steps forward to try and get over ourselves and get past our own limiting beliefs and get past our own crap, do the work, right? And I say this is short term because it's not fun. The work is not fun, right? We want to create the space where it is fun when we become more comfortable with it. But until we become more comfortable with it, sometimes we need to push through it. So this is why it's a short-term plan. But the short-term plan will help you to create the flow that works for you. And that's where, we always want to be in our business. As we build our businesses around our life, we want to find a flow that works for us, right? So we want to keep things simple. I always teach about how to keep things simple, rinse and repeat. I like that because it keeps things very simple and allows you to find that flow that you're looking for, right? So we don't want to feel like we're all over the place doing all of the things, spending hours and hours and hours in our office. We want to find a flow that works for us. So as part of the plan, we start taking, that imperfect action and moving forward in whatever ways to find out what works for us. So we just do the work until it becomes comfortable. We have to give ourselves permission to move through the pieces that are uncomfortable so that we can find that comfort zone for ourselves, that new level of comfort as we take up more space and we level up in our businesses. And of course, we want it to be a joyful process. So stay grounded in that unique vision that you have and let that vision be the intrinsic motivation to do the things that are hard. Adapting the mindset of sales will naturally come as you keep taking the steps. So remove the emotion, suck it up, create the habits, right? The small daily habits, and let selling be a part of those habits, and take the action. And then be grateful for all of it. And as you move forward, doing these things and taking the steps, you will refine your message, you'll find your flow, and you'll get really dialed into that big, beautiful vision and true, unapologetic self. And that's where you're going to find it joyful and fun. And that will then be your motivation. There's always that space of uncomfortableness as we take up more space, as we level up, right? And the thing is that, and we just don't want to do this. So this is, this is us in the world right now. And as we level up and decide we're going to take up more space and we're going to raise our energetic vibration, this space here is the uncomfortable space. And I just don't ever want to see you guys do this. Right? We're doing this, and all of the people, all of our community, our friends, our family, eventually they will do this too, and they will rise up to meet us as we take up more space. So in that sense, you are the leader, right? You're leading the way. You're creating a path for others to follow. I kind of got off there for a second. Let me check my notes. Okay, so as you move forward, you refine your message, you'll find your flow, and you will get really dialed into that big, beautiful vision that you have for yourself. And the more that you step into that vision, the more unapologetic you'll get, the more opinionated you'll get, because that's where you're really going to find the joy. You're going to find a lot of joy as you take up more space and follow your own path and make up your own rules. I'm all about making up our own rules as we go and finding what works for us, right? So we take imperfect action and we figure out what works for us. And then we just become that vision that we have for ourselves. And then once you're there, then you create the next vision, okay? So think about this for 1 minute. What do you need to do most, or what do you need to work on most for you to get more sales and have more sales conversations in your business? What is the work that you need to do, or the work that you've been avoiding doing, that will help you get to that next level, right? Whatever that next level is. And then you make a commitment. You write it down and you choose it, right? I'm all about write it down, claim it, choose it, take the action and make it happen. So who are you choosing to be as you take up that more space and take up into that next level, okay? And the thing is, you choose it. You get to choose. So no bullshitting yourself. The only person you bullshit is yourself, right? Get opinionated about it. Be unapologetic about the transformation and the benefits that your products and services offer to your potential clients and customers, right? Back yourself 200%. I know without a doubt in my mind that I provide transformation in the lives of my clients. I back myself 200%, right? I have a return on investment guarantee because I back myself, because I know it works, because it's been a long damn 7 years to get here for my own journey and the things that I've learned, right? And so the mindset of sales is really just about remembering that you are truly here to provide transformation and benefits and value to your clients. And it's actually a disservice for your clients or potential clients if you're not selling it to them. If you're not becoming visible, because they can't buy from you if they can't find you. So you have to put yourself out there in a big way. You have to become visible. You have to give yourself permission to become visible. If you truly believe that the gifts you are offering can make a difference and have impact in the lives of your potential clients and customers, if you are coming from a place always of love and a place of service, why do we allow ourselves to stay small? Have the conversations. It's not a sleazy transaction when it's the truth. And it's your truth. And your truth will attract your clients and customers. And the last truth bomb of the day is this. If you're not selling your products and services to your clients, somebody else will.